Hi, it's Nick Williams, and I'm going to go over in this video my Medicare close. I'm going to do an additional video for my final expense close, which is dramatically different than the Medicare close. And I think that I'm going to realign this so we get that glare out of there a little bit. There we go. All right. So the Medicare close, if you have followed along up to this point, everything, the groundwork has already been laid. I've already done the pre-close questions. I've got no resistance, and now it's just basically getting the app signed. I'm almost 100% assumptive at this stage of the game. I can't think of the last time that I've taken a tact other than just making an assumptive close. So again, the close, it's almost like there is no close. I very seldom ever get in a situation where I get to an app or electronic app, paper app, electronic app, where I have to close. That's just the way it is. So, uh, but I will, I've listed some closing statements that I'll use, or closing, yeah, they're statements, and they're instructions more so, or notifications that I give the client. And what this does is it tells them, hey, this is the way it's going to work. We've already concluded that this is what needs to be done. If you recall in the last video, with the pre-close or the pre-talk, I call it, is I've told them what the problem is and how we're going to fix it. So now, and they never balked, or if they did, I've addressed it. Now it's just, again, I got to just flow into the app in a nice, easy manner that is fluid, that doesn't cause anybody to go, oh, stop. Like, I don't want to say, do you have a checkbook? you know, so, I mean, if, if they're really sold and everything's done right, that wouldn't even matter. It would not matter if you did say, can you get your checkbook? I've done that before. I'll tell them, you're going to need your checkbook. So if you can go grab that, we'll get started on the application. So that's entirely feasible. However, if you want to just kind of smooth your way into this, you can use, and I have some of these questions. Okay, you could say, all right, do you want to use the same checkbook, the same checking account for this policy as with the old Medicare supplement? Uh, and if they say yes, well, there you go. You just start filling out the application. It's done. It's over. You just start filling out the application. Again, are you going to use the same checking account for this one as you used for the old Medicare supplement? Done. It's done. So the next question is, or the next statement is, this isn't going to start until the first of next month. So what I want you to do is, I need you to hang on to your card. Don't throw your card away, and you're going to use that card if you visit the doctor, if you have to go to the hospital, till the end of the month, or until the end of the week, whatever it is. I always want a time period, and at that time, then you'll have the new card, or at least I'll tell them you'll have a letter from the company stating that your policy number, so that can be referenced. And at that time, you would take your old card out of your wallet and put that in a drawer or something. We'll throw it away at a later time. I'll tell you when to do that, but we need to again, you need to know that this isn't going to start for another week. Let's see. Okay, I will go to the old policy and I'll have the old policy in hand, because one of the prerequisites that I have, not prerequisite, one of the many tools that I use is, along the way, I'll instruct them to go get their policy. And I have videos about that. Very important. Go get your policy. So we can, see exactly what's going on here. Having said that, if I got their old policy in my hand, I'll tell them, I'm just going to take the information, your personal information, off the old policy. I'll confirm everything to make sure it's accurate. So that way I don't have to ask you 50 questions. But I'll take the information off the old policy to start the application for the new policy. So I didn't ask them anything. I just told them that I'm going to use the information from the old policy to start the new policy. And if they're like, okay, well, I'm in the app. The close is over. It's done. So, all right. Or you can go to the old standby. Let's make sure, and this is when I don't have 100%, like maybe I think that there's a chance that they're not on board with me. But again, they usually are. I'm going to go. I'm going to tell them. I'm going to use the age-old standby. Let's make sure you qualify. I'm going to go through these medical questions, and I'll use this. I might use this earlier or later in the presentation, but I'll definitely use it if I have to. If they're not 100% on the close, 100% there at the end. But so I'll go through those. I'll go through the medical questions, and if they're going to go through the medical questions again, it's done. So the close is made ahead of time. And it's simply a matter of you kind of buttoning it up with a statement. There was one question there. Do you want to use the same checking account information? So that is a question. The others are statements. You're telling them what's going to happen, but you're telling them what's going to happen is we're changing. And that's the assumptive close. And you've established, if you have followed along in these videos, you've established the authoritative presence. There's no, and by the way, this is almost always a one call close. So there you go. The next video will be the final expense close. And again, we want you to like our videos. Please like and subscribe. That's really helping us, and we appreciate you. Bye.